Seems dramatic, right? Well, it is not. But my life was, kind of.
I did my best in my full-time job, I worked on my YouTube channel, I practiced, I took care of myself, and I did everything at 100%. And I got out of the balance, again. So I stepped back and explained to myself that this has to change. No matter how long it takes, you need to learn to rest and recover, Markie. Period. Some people say that work-life balance is a bull. I say that once you get older and are constantly out of breath because you have a lot on your plate, your life will push you to reevaluate things. But to be fair, when I was younger, I felt that way too. I would work really hard, I would train into the point of burnout, I would cry all the time and feel exhausted. And if anyone told me I needed to slow down, I would ignore it. My ego would think that those people didn't want me to succeed, or that they were lazy and couldn't handle as much as I could. Well, today I know I was right about some of them, but honestly, most of them had just more common sense than I did. We all have different reasons for pushing ourselves to the extremes. And after many years of working and meeting so many different people, I realized that all of us with the issue of overworking had one thing in common: deep-rooted childhood trauma. It doesn't matter if it was violent parents, addictions, bullying, being poor or other difficult issues. We tend to strive to perfection and want to have a better life than we used to. And somehow we try to overcompensate for the things we lost or didn't have exactly by doing too much. So yes, I stopped everything. I took a little bit of breather during the Christmas time and the New Year, made plans, quite a detailed schedule full of routines and breaks, and so far it seems to be working for me. One of my plans is to get back on track with my YouTube channel again, so you will see me often, guys. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Markie, an artist, creator, real-life fairy, and just a very positive human being. So if you'd like to see more of me or what I have to show you, please subscribe to my channel. I used to post every Friday, but now it is more irregular, but I promise I will be back on track. In light of everything I've mentioned, I've been thinking about a painting I plan to create today. And since I've been talking about ego, why not translate those thoughts onto canvas? That is why I've decided to paint a self-portrait of both, my higher self and my ego. Two beautiful aspects of myself not at odds, not ignoring each other, not resisting each other, but rather embracing, loving, and supporting one another. Together they work harmoniously to manifest the best version of me, with all the negative and positive sides. I've reached a point where I am through with trying to please others. This means I'm not shying away from any of my personal traits, even if they might discomfort others. As long as my actions don't harm anyone, it's not my responsibility to seek validation or happiness from them or for them. My journey is mine alone, just as yours belongs to you. So let's each strive to do our best. The goal is not to be flawless, but to recognize your flaws, accept them, and work on them. Imagine being absolutely perfect. How boring that would be. No challenges, nothing to work on, no development, only pure perfection. I am actually getting goosebumps just thinking about it. We all need these challenges in life to make us stronger and wiser, just like going to the gym. If you want to get stronger, quicker, bulkier, you need to intentionally train body for that. The same applies to our mental strength. While reading books might give you an idea, the experience and challenges you need to overcome will actually give you much more. It will expand your limits, and the next time there's something to deal with, the anxious feeling you always had will be smaller and smaller, until one day you won't feel any of it. Both aspects play very important roles in your life. Nowadays, the ego is portrayed in a very negative light. the selfish and greedy side which is only after material things and pleasures, and would do anything to obtain them. And then there is the higher self, absolutely full of love with no flaws, striving to rid itself of the ego as it somehow blocks its path to absolute enlightenment. And then there's me, who believes that neither of those aspects can exist without the other in order to live a wonderful and fulfilling life on this beautiful planet. Yin and yang, light and darkness, masculine and feminine, hot and cold, giving and receiving, creation and destruction, life and death. None of these can exist without the other. They always go hand in hand and maintain balance. So how you can actually try to balance your life? Good question. I am definitely not a professional in that, as I tend to overwork myself stupidly often. But I can share with you what I have been doing for the last couple of months and how I feel about it. First of all, I wrote down all the important things I needed to do during my days, like work, exercise, my art business, and my morning and evening routines. Note that I work mostly from home. I work as a content creator, video editor, and marketing manager for different brands. So sometimes I need to go to their offices, but most of my editing time I do from home. Also, I don't have kids or pets. Then I took Google Calendar and put everything important there. Every little thing. My wake-up call is at 6 a.m. every day, also on weekends. Then I have a glass of warm water with lemon or electrolytes, depending on how I feel. I always try to listen to my body. At 6:15 I work out or go for a walk. I used to work out every day, but I've decided not to do that anymore because I just had enough. And I honestly believe that it is not necessary. So one day I work out and the other I go for a long walk. At 7:15 I have a shower and make myself breakfast. At 7:45 I am already at my computer and start working. Normally I eat breakfast while working. I know it is not ideal and you should always eat focused on your food, but in the meantime I work on so many projects that it just saves me a lot of time. Don't worry, I will get there. At 10:30 I have half an hour break, so depending on how I feel I meditate or do homework. At 11 I work again for an hour. At 12 I make myself lunch and I eat in silence, not working. At 1 p.m. I get into working again and I work non-stop till 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m. I make dinner and I have break until 6. Then again I work until like 8 or 8:30, depending on what I need to do. Once I finish, I normally review what my next day will be like. I do my skincare routine because I'm a woman after all. And then I relax or create other stuff until roughly 10 or 11 p.m., which is my bedtime. I meditate before I go to sleep and then I sleep. This is my typical day when I work from home. Of course, if I need to go to the office or shoot my YouTube video, I swap things around. I aim to have one day off during the weekend. I am planning to have more free time one day, but for now I'm juggling many things, so one must be enough. Once I am able to fully focus on my art business, I will be the happiest girl in the world. When I was talking about my working hours, I included me doing work for others, but also practicing, working on my small business and my YouTube channel. It is quite hard to make everything work, which is why I couldn't post for some time. Oh, and don't worry, I spent a lot of time with my husband. He works from home too, so that is definitely a plus. I am doing my best to get enough sleep, take sufficient breaks and rest. I think that's the point of my whole schedule. Because most of the time I used to just start working in the morning and then stop at night, exhausted, with no proper breaks, always eating while working. Nah, not anymore. I've been following this schedule for 2 months now and I definitely feel better than before. I'm pretty sure I will change things around again because I'm more aware of what is working or not. But for now, this is good enough as another stepping stone for me to feel good in the long run. And this is my final painting, guys. 2 beautiful aspects of one being. higher self and ego. I am not sure what made you watch this video, but thank you very much for being here. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up as it helps my channel to grow. And of course, if you want to share your story on how you are keeping up with your work, I will be happy to read it. Have a lovely day, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!